We are now on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Privy Council meeting. We're here today to see what executive actions we're going to be talking about today and get the reports come in. And then we're supposed to have a meeting within this meeting with the president of Begley Democratic Republic and Commonwealth and the interim president of the Begley Democratic Republic and Commonwealth. So this meeting is going to be hereby starting. All right, first off, let's go with, I don't really have an agenda, but I'm just going to make up one. So as of right now, because I haven't heard it from the last meeting, I was sick in the last meeting. So since I haven't heard it, and I don't know if you reported it or not, Senator Bree, what's the inactivity report for the month of November?
For the month of November,
Yep, you were supposed to report that to me. I mean, I know it was a little late. Actually, yeah, you were supposed to report that to me on the 7th, I believe.
Yeah, let me see if I got it. I'm pretty sure I did not do it. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Because in January, right? Because we do it like a little bit a month after, something like that.
Right. So for the activity at the Queen of the Snakes, wow, we had a lot more people, a lot more active this past month.
Just through communication, mostly.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So there's been one, two.
Not by like the same people. Are we talking about? Can you give me a total of citizens that are not the same people?
Well, the most for citizen-wise, there's me, you, Her Majesty.
Don't give out names.
Yeah, and then of course, Ivar Ubi, Senator Ross himself. Who else? I believe Caitlin and Shelby are citizens too. The rest of them
Senator
are.
Bree.
Yes.
No giving out names.
Oh, sorry.
You know better. Now giving out the public officials' names, that's fine, but you gave out a private citizen's name, so don't do that. I'll let it slide because it's only a first name preference, but don't give out names. I don't know if you heard the gavel banging. I was trying to get your attention. So it's fine. All right, now to help you out, just call them individuals.
Okay.
If they're a public official, go ahead and call them out by name. But if they're...
Well, I actually counted them by number instead. So let's just say 10 out of 16 were active this past month.
10 out of 12, you mean?
Yeah, 10 out of 16 that were active. And that's including our fellow supporters. So.
Uh-oh. I think we lost her. Because I just froze.
Yep, that was you.
Well, that was me. Oh, okay. Well, to me, it was you all. So, okay. So anyway, are you including the supporters in that number?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry about the supporters. We're not concentrating on their activity because they're not bound by our laws and regulations. So don't concentrate on them. Just concentrate on the 12 people that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, tell me what the report is and exclude the supporters. So you said 16, so minus 4 because we have 12 citizens, adult citizens anyway. So out of the 12, how many were active?
At the most, I would have to say 6 when it comes to like the citizens.
Okay.
basically.
Just about half the nation. Okay, that's fine. Awesome. Well, good. Half the nation is active. That's good. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Because this is legal to do, go ahead and tell me all the government officials that have been active in November,
All right.
including
So
me, you, and all that stuff.
yeah. Minus myself and you and Her Majesty, there's Ubi, Frost, and Fuse, basically, that were active.
I didn't. Well, we all know about Minister Hutter. We all know about her situation, so she's excused from any inactive punishment, and that's in the Queen's jurisdiction. So I'm not going to worry about that. Now, what about Minister Caitlin?
Yes, she has definitely been active.
How many times she's been active in the month of November, or how many times she communicated? I guess you could say.
From my remembering correctly, probably towards the beginning of the month.
Okay. Well, the report did ask for the whole month of November, not just parts of it. So, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Senator Bree, for the report. So just keep it up. So I guess let's see. So that means start working on your report for December. On, I better turn my ringer off. So on January, it's supposed to be the first week of January. So the whole first week of January, get to work on the activity thing. So in our next meeting on January, our winter break ends on January 3rd, by the way. So on January 5th is when our next meeting happens. Not next meeting. No, it is the next meeting. Okay, so our next, because this is our last meeting of the year for the Privy Council. So yay, we made it, guys! Woohoo! We made it. Last meeting of the Privy Council for the year 2022. Just noticed that. All right, did it. I even wear my Prime Minister shirt, so I thought it was a good time to wear that. So I'm gonna try to get you all some shirts of some sort. I need to get you all citizen shirts. That I do need to work on, but that requires a lot of money. So if y'all got donations, please go ahead, put them in the treasury. Anyway, what was it? Yeah, so on January 12th, not the 5th, but January 12th, that's when your next report will come in. Alrighty. We're supposed to be waiting on the delegates from Begley Democratic Republic and Commonwealth. So at this time, we're just going to go ahead and have our normal meeting. The Queen is going to attempt to make it. But I'm sure she really wants to join this meeting because she actually enjoys meeting with the Begley Democratic Republic and Commonwealth because they are really good allies. So, I got news to report. The Pennsylvania Federal Republic has signed the dual citizenship treaty with us. And they're going to make a public announcement to their nation that they are now eligible to apply for citizenship in the Queen of Nix. All right.
So now you can go ahead and actually plug the names so you actually get.
Hey, Senator Ross.
Yeah.
Okay,
we can hear that.
Sorry.
So that's a good thing. So that's the second nation that has signed the dual citizenship treaty. Now we're waiting on Vancouver. I'm going to propose it to New Czechoslovakia as well. And I'm also going to propose it to Libertas. Just to see what will happen. I guess to report to you guys that even though Ivar's not here, he's excused by the way, but even though Ivar's not here, I'm pretty sure he's the ambassador to that nation. I'm gonna have to officially address to him that the constitutional monarchy of Shadow Metropolis has. Well, there's two things. I don't know what they've chosen. I would like to assume that they are in hiatus. But there's a good possibility they are officially defunct, meaning they have dissolved and is no longer a nation, which is sad. So, and the reason why is because of the death of the family. The death of a family member has caused the king to become very blue over the manor, and there was no warning either, so no warning on the dissolution of the nation. So, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if they're in hiatus. That's my assumption, but I'm officially declaring them defunct until they eventually do come back. Because this also means we have lost a member in the MAA and we lost a member in the USO. So actually, we lost a founding member in the USO because the Shadow Metropolis was the very first member to join it. So, and we lost a good potentiality of trying to get 88 new citizens because their population was 88. So we lost that potential there because without that contact, we can't get a hold of the other 88 citizens that could be interested in becoming Nixies. So we'll just have to try to get more citizens another way. So that's why I'm throwing a lot of dual citizenship treaties around to try to get more citizens that way. Because I have no problem with dual citizenship. It's a right to people. So all it is like an official document to see who's a citizen and where and what. And only that, our terms are not that difficult either. We only have 3 terms, and those 3 terms are not difficult to agree with. They're really agreeable. I'm in discussion with the Mayor Australia as well about dual citizenship. They said a treaty is not required, but I'm trying to tell them that it's literally just formalities. It's just for formality purpose. It's all it is. I totally understand that you're okay with it. I totally understand that there's no issues with the terms and whatnot. But for the sake of formality, we just want you to help sign the treaty. That's all it is, just a treaty or just a document. I mean, I call it a treaty, but it could just be a normal document. I mean, still ignorant on these government words. So, even though I listen to the government every day. Excuse me. So, let's see. Yeah, because I actually got everything up and running on my computer. So when they do join, if they join, I hope they join. That's when I'm going to send them their citizenship applications because the 2 presidents of Begley are going to be the first dual citizens of Nix. So that's why I'm hoping they'll make it tonight, but I don't know if they will or not. But hopefully they do. Excuse me. But if they don't, that's okay, because, the whole point of the meeting was to establish a recorded session of us, accepting the new terms of our original treaty because they decided to amend our dual citizenship terms to the original treaty between us and them. So, and I'm okay with that. I'm still going to keep a separate document, but I'm actually okay with this. I should keep the pictures of the treaty. I should do that. So I'm gonna keep the pictures of the treaty so I can know what it looks like, and I guess print it out for myself for archive purposes, I guess. And then of course, once they become official citizens, I'm gonna give them their voting registrations. Which reminds me, Senator Ross, have you signed your voting registration?
For what?
for Nix.
No.
We have voting registrations now for nationwide elections and ballots. It doesn't apply to like local elections, such as, but not limited to. I guess constables would count as local elections because they're going to have their own districts, so it doesn't include them. So you don't need to register to vote for a constable or like a city government type deal if we ever like get one in Nix. Local elections. But for nationwide elections, such as the representative and the Treasury Committee, which are the only two elected offices nationwide. Yeah, and then of course ballots. So those you have to register to vote for. So have you done your voting registration?
No.
Well, if you want to vote in those elections, I have sent it to you. So if you want to register to vote and actually vote in those elections, you can. I'm pretty sure I sent one to you. I sent one to everybody individually. Let's see, that's this one. There's yours. Yep. So if you want to, just let me know when you're done. We already, Minister Caitlin actually have already decided not to be a registered voter. So it's like, okay. She's so far the first citizen that has willfully chosen to not be a registered voter in Nix. But okay. Sit yourself. What, Senator Ross?
What was the question again? Because I've already forgotten. My mind's in another place right now.
Understandable. It happens to all of us. So what was the question?
Register voting.
Oh, what? Where is it? Like, where did I send it to you in? Or are you asking what it's for?
No, I don't remember anymore.
It happens. But yeah, so if you want to register to vote in nationwide elections, make sure you register if you want to. You don't have to, it's not required, but if you want to, you can. This helps us out anyway in future elections so we can know who's actually going to vote and who isn't. So, of course, doing this registration means you're registered to vote, but you actually don't have to vote even when you're registered. So, but every time there's an election, we'll actually count. All right, here are the registered voters that are allowed to vote. Let's see how many of them will actually vote. So that's basically how it works. So, and then in the future, all the elections and ballots will go by however the elections go by the population of the number of registered voters instead of the whole nation, because not everybody's going to register to vote and vote. So because our current population right now is 12, and 12 adults anyway. 12 adults, 5 children. So 17 total, but 12 adults.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, we only have 3 registered voters. The Queen is definitely going to try to register to vote. So the King is going to remain unregistered to vote. So we got that out of the way. So there's definitely going to be 2 definite unregistered voters. So I need to send an email or something to Minister Hutter, give her a voting registration document. I don't know what was up with my laptop earlier. It was being a little stubborn. Wouldn't even let me get on anything. Okay. All right. So, Senator Bree, in the last meeting, did you all talk about it all about the executive orders that need to be revised?
Well, nothing like that is exactly per se, but we did talk about what the plan that Nick's is going to do for the next year. You know, just kind of like catch up on all that, topic itself. And about that, one of our goals is to hopefully try to get as many citizens as possible if we can.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, just letting y'all know, we do not have executive orders number 1. Or maybe, hold on, probably not number 1. Give me a second. I'll go look because now I'm not sure. Okay, it's because we do not have executive order number 2, executive order number 5. Okay, we do not have executive order number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we do not have, let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Okay, we do have this one. Where did my either I numbered these wrong. No, here it is, right here. For some reason, oh, there it is. And we do have, okay. So I need to rename these. Rescinded. Oh, oh, really? You're gonna do that? There we go. Okay, so we do not have executive order number 1 and executive order number 5 and executive order number 2. We do not have those anymore. So we do not have to revise these anymore because of executive order number 6.
Talking about the one that I signed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. There, now I marked them as rescinded, so now I can tell which ones we got rid of. So let's go ahead and we're gonna have to put these on the ballots since it wasn't brought up in the meeting, so it's gonna have to be on a ballot. I think we last time we did this, was it a 24-hour ballot or was it a 3-day ballot? I forgot. How long did the ballot last?
I think it was a 3-day ballot.
Okay, because I don't think it was that long. Because normal ballots they go on for days depending on like the situation, but these ballots though, because we have to ask the public how they feel about these executive orders. So
Just if I remember,
I think in the future, when it comes to executive orders, we might just get the legislative branch to do the whole revisal instead of us. Mm-hmm. So helps with the whole checks and balance deal. So, okay, so we do not have to worry about these anymore. So let's get the ones that are not rescinded and talk about those. Alrighty. Let's see. I mean, I guess we could talk about Executive Order number 6, but... Oh, that's right, the procedural bylaws. I knew I forgot something. That needs to be put on my to-do list, like, now. Okay, well, sadly, y'all, I did not make any procedural bylaws that we were supposed to have for our council, so that'll be a next year thing. It'll definitely be on my to-do list. Because, like I said in previous meetings, if we're going to be a council, we got to run like one with me presiding. So with that said, I'll definitely get to work on that. I can't believe I've actually forgot about it, but oh well, it happens. Probably a good thing anyway, because we're all getting to that point where we're done with this year and we want to get it over with. So next year will be different, and next year we will be very busy, and I am going to push y'all to be busy. So try not to get irritated, because you're on this boat with me. Well, actually, I prefer to call it a dumpster fire on wheels, but so since you're on this dumpster fire on wheels with me, you got to help me put the fire out while it's moving. So let's try to get these wheels turning and rolling, and let's try to make the dumpster fire on wheels not become a dumpster fire on wheels. So let's try to make the dumpster not on fire and actually better looking. So I mean, let's be better. Let's have a better dumpster than Dr. Zoidberg's dumpster off of Futurama. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about Executive Order number 3. And this one is about the Census Bureau. Should we still keep it or not? Senator Bree.
Honestly, I do not know. I want to see if I have it. Do I have it? No, I do not. Honestly, in my mind, I honestly don't know yet.
Okay. Do you remember what the Census Bureau does?
No.
Okay, well, the Census Bureau is the department that handles how much population we have every month and every year. Like, that's the department that checks on the population.
Well, now that you said that, I kind of feel like we may or may not need that.
Let's see. It's to oversee the population count of our nation and its federal counties. It will have a total population count, total national death count, population count by ethnicity or nationality, and population by federal county. It will be taken charge by the Secretary of the Census Bureau to run and oversee the operations of the Census Bureau. We technically don't have one yet. And the Secretary of the Census Bureau shall only report to the Prime Minister for any changes to the Census Bureau or anything in his or her jurisdiction. That is the Census Bureau. That's all it is. Should anything be added, subtracted? Should we keep it? Should we get rid of it? What do y'all think? Or Senator Bree, what do you think?
In my mind, I think it should be put into the maybe hold for like both situations.
So you think you should keep it then? Or we should keep it?
Keep it for now in case we might need it.
Okay. Senator Ross, should we keep or get rid of the Census Bureau?
I'm gonna agree with Bree.
Okay. So keep it for now until later. All right. Well, then we'll keep it for now. And in that case, we'll keep it for now. We'll put it up on a 3-day ballot for the people to look at to see if they believe it should be kept or not. And that decision will be based on them. Now, when it comes to those ballots, it is executive order. So since not everybody's registered to vote yet. Wow, yay, I'm slow again. I don't know why. Here we go. Anyway, since we don't have everybody, the voting registration is a brand new thing, so really anybody can vote on these ballots. So you don't have to be a registered voter to vote on these ballots. I'll make sure to put that as a thing. But of course, starting next year, most likely, because it is technically a nationwide ballot. It is. So next year, the executive orders that we're revising, assuming nothing changes, the executive orders that we're revising will be considered a nationwide ballot, and therefore only registered voters can vote on the revisal of the executive orders. So, all right, I'll make sure to put that on the ballot for, well, tomorrow, obviously. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about executive order number 4.
Ooh, that one I do have.
All right. This one is regarding the encouragement of having citizens volunteer to donate soda cans to the government and have government officials be obligated to do so. Donating soda cans. 1, this executive order shall have the executive officers offer citizens a large cardboard box or plastic container that we are obligated to pick up once full to be filled with nothing but only crushed soda cans of any kind. This order will encourage citizens to donate soda cans to the government so we can smelt them down to aluminum 1-pound bars to produce a source of income for the Queen of Nix. And that's all. All right. Should anything be added to it, subtracted to it, or should we keep it? Should we get rid of it, Senator Ross?
I guess we can keep that. Don't really know how to continue on with that one.
Okay. Do you think anything should be added or subtracted?
No.
Okay. Senator Bree?
Honestly, I don't really see much that needs to be added to it. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay. Anything subtracted to it from it?
Not that I could see.
All right. And we're gonna do something new for this one because I actually want to try this, not gonna lie. All right, in that case, Senator Bree, was that all? Senator Bree, was that all that you had to say for that?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. All right, in that case, we're gonna have a vote. Let's have this vote. Should we, for those, I actually do want to do this because I actually want to try it. For those that believes we should keep executive order number, what number was it again?
Executive order 4.
4. Okay. For those who wish to keep executive order 4 enacted, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All oppose. All right. Executive order number 4 will be continued to be enacted until the people say otherwise. All right. I wanted to do that. All right. We're definitely doing that again. So putting it on the procedural bylaws. All right. Last executive order. And that's the final one that we've done for this year. I'm sure there's going to be more next year, but I'm going to try not to do as much. But hey, let's all be glad that executive order number 1 has officially became law now. So we don't have to worry about that one anymore. That's right. I forgot that. Yeah, Executive Order 1 has officially became law, so we no longer, that's why we no longer have to revise it. It's not because of the 6th Executive Order. Executive Order 6 only got rid of 2 and 5. Those are that's what Executive Order 6 got rid of. But Executive Order 1 was rescinded because it became law instead. So one of my executive orders was so good enough it became law. I mean, granted, I was the one that proposed it, but y'all could have said no and then it wouldn't happen. But y'all thought it was a good idea to have and y'all kept it. So yay. One of my executive orders became law. I'm glad. It probably helps out anyway. So, and not only that, it could be interchangeable through a bunch of votes. So that's a good thing. It wasn't a constitutional amendment, wasn't it? No, it was just a normal statute law. Yeah, it was a statute law. Okay. That reminds me, I gotta put all that stuff in the thingy if I haven't done it already. Hey, if we're lucky, one of the new citizens we get might become constables. Oh man, I would love to have a constable to actually enforce the laws so I don't have to. That'd be nice. And only that, it gets them to travel more too. Of course, if they have the time as well. I don't know if y'all saw Begley's post about their claim in the Kentucky area. It was nice. It's understandable why they made that post. I'm not mad about it or anything. The reason why it was well, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm trying to figure out a word and I can't figure out a word. Well, it's a complimentary word, so I'm complimenting it. But the reason why it was interesting, I'll go with that word because that's my backup word if I can't figure out a word. So the reason it was interesting is because when they first met us, they actually believed we claimed all of Kentucky. Now, don't get me wrong. Before I made the Queen of the Nix movement, I actually thought about making Kentucky an independent nation. I was all about it. It was called the United Provinces of Kentucky, and I've already had the provinces set up. I had a presidential seal. We had another national bird. We had all that stuff. Now, it wasn't a micronation or anything, because I had no idea those guys existed. I was just there creating a nation randomly. Okay, I was just there. I was a kid making a nation. That's what I wanted to do. So I was like, why not? I already got the flag made. Oh, the flag would actually look really pretty if I actually printed that out, honestly. I might actually buy that flag just to have it. Because I made it look really good. It's a really good flag. I'll show it to y'all later. But so no, but they believe we actually claimed all of Kentucky. Now, granted, our old maps did claim whole states instead of just small areas. But we tried to tell everybody we don't claim these areas. These are just areas where we have people in. So that's why that's another reason why we have to change our maps is because of that reason. Because people think we actually claim whole states and everything like that. So we have to change that by a lot. So that's why I shrunk everything down to counties and cities instead, which makes a lot more sense. Now, granted, we look a little broken apart now. We're no longer connected, but it's more accurate that way. Which reminds me, senators, in our next unicameral meeting, I've already talked to the Queen about it. We are not going to have instead of having a special session, since I now have the authority to call a special session, I was persuaded not to call for one because in the next unicameral meeting, the agenda will be changing the map again. And the reason why is because of my mistake in the previous elections of this year. Because 3 citizens were not really citizens. So because of that, the population technically shifted. Now, one of them out of the 3, well, actually 2 of them out of the 3, did say they want to stay citizens. I already know the other one does not want to. That part I got. The other 2 still want to be citizens, but I told them if they don't sign the application, you cannot become a citizen. So until then, they are not citizens. However, though, one of them owns land in Lavender County. So now, since she's no longer a citizen, we lost land in Lavender County. And the other citizen that we have, with that citizen not being a citizen anymore, Lavender County has shrunk again. Because now it doesn't stretch all the way to Richmond. We no longer have Richmond census designated place anymore. So now we got to we have to remove that. And Harper County needs to be relocated because we lost our only citizen in Indiana until she signs the application. So until then, Harper County's got no people. So Harper County needs to be relocated.
Mm-hmm.
That means someone's going to live in Harper County. Maybe. So the map's going to change again. It's going to change again. I thought about making a whole new type of map entirely. We'll keep well, not entirely. I thought about this because of our population issue. Because we want 9 federal counties. That's what we want. We want 9 federal counties. But what if we can't? I might have to actually propose this as a law in that meeting now. Which will probably be part, assuming it involves the same topic, which I'm assuming it will. It might not, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get your all's advice on it. I want to propose a bill to, because of our population, we can logically not have 9 federal counties. Because of our population, because of our current population right now, we're probably only able to, I guess you could say, govern. I guess is the word a correct word I'm looking for. We're only able to govern at least 2 out of the 9. So my proposal that I'm going to discuss with you two now, because if you two are in agreement with it or you want to help it out with any way, it'll be a joint resolution. So, because I'm going to have to propose this now, because I've come to that realization. Senator Bree, do you believe that in this proposal that I'm going to propose in our final unicameral meeting, by the way, of the year, in our final unicameral meeting of the year, do you think we should change the map where we can temporarily not have 9 counties, but 2 instead? And then, of course, we can vote on, either the people or us. We can decide. Man, why is the computer acting like that today? Yeah. You probably need to be updated. It's probably why you're acting like that. Do you think we should shrink down to 2 counties instead of 9 temporarily due to our population size? So we can actually govern the counties easier, and everybody will actually be in the same county together, so they can actually, try to build a community up while they're in the same counties together. What do you think?
Honestly, I really like that idea. But the one thing you got to question is the people outside of the most populated counties, like Montego County, for instance.
Right.
So that's going to be an interesting way of trying to map that into it.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So your concern is about people living out. Say if we have 2 counties tomorrow, you're worried about the people that are actually not actually within, or no, you're talking about the ones that are not in close proximity to the neighbors that are actually physically together, as in in one general location. And because of that, they could be left out in a lot of local things. Well, we can help with that. And actually, you know what's funny about this? And I've seen me try. I'm trying to tell everybody to start a local government. And when you do, That means you can have your own sub website, or you could borrow our website. I'd be happy to like put federal county information on our website and just throw stuff on there. I mean, you've seen our website editor. We can do a lot more stuff with the website editor now. Okay. So we can make a lot of things. So if that ends up being the case, then I'd be happy to do that. But the people needs to start getting together. We can have a community as a big nation and whatever, but if you guys don't, if you as neighbors don't get together and try to help each other out, don't rely on us to help everybody out. We can only do so much. That's why I literally said in one of my executive orders, I'm pretty sure it was the first one, that we cannot provide services because of the sole fact that we can't. So our government's not big enough to actually help y'all out. Y'all got to help each other out. We're trying to build a community. So that means we got to have sub-communities to help each other out, to help the bigger community. So, and I've already thought about what the map's going to look like. It'll probably be similar to the Commonwealth of Dracules. I said similar, not exactly. And it's not really copying either. So, and it's basically having like a... We are going to keep the county names, by the way. We just have to decide which of the two counties is going to have one of those names. Like, for example, it could be like the whole, like everybody living up north, like however we define what north and south is, or what east and west is, whatever we figure that out, will be Linden County, and then the other side will be Montego County. So now we got half the nation living in Montego County and half the nation living in Linden County. So that's just an example, but that's basically how we're going to try to do it. So, and as our population gets bigger, we can have more counties.
Yeah.
So, but this is also going, but we gotta figure this out too, because this is also going to affect some of our current laws too. So that means this might have to be brought up to constitutional court. That's why I said maybe. And no, House Bill 22 is still in constitutional court. So, but Her Majesty did say she's going to bring that up in the unicameral meeting. So, yeah, she's going to bring that up. It's like, okay. So, there's not going to be, it sounds like there's not going to be a trial in the constitutional court over House Bill 22, but it looks like we're going to talk about it in the unicameral meeting. Unless she's going to turn the unicameral meeting into a constitutional court, which I'll happily ask. I'll ask her if she does that or not. And if that's the case, then we'll just put that on there at first. Do the constitutional court thing first and then continue on with the unicameral meeting. So we'll see what happens. But she's the one that said that. So, but I already told her, you got to the new year, I'm signing this thing into law. So, because I ain't waiting. So, yeah, excuse me. So she can royal decree all she wants, but I'm gonna do my job. All right, let's see. So yeah. So did that help your concern? Just trying to, I mean, that's basically the only answer I got. I don't know how else we could help it. It's really up to the people to help themselves at this point, to make sub-communities, to, start a local... You don't have to actually start a local government. Just get together and figure something out. That's all you really have to do, is get together, help each other out, and figure something out for your neighbors. That's really it. Get to know them. Go to parties with them, do young people or old people stuff. I don't care what you do, but you should do it. So I can't force you. So, but that's basically the only way to actually help them. Man, my nose is stuffy for some reason. I don't know why. It's basically the only way to help them, for the people that live outside the most populated area in the Queen of Manix. So does that answer your concern?
For now, yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
Honestly, that is the only thought that ran across my head when it comes to like making the county thing when you're remapping it.
Okay.
Because I know that's the one thing you're gonna have to think about. Like, how are you gonna connect them all? If it's gonna be like a two county thing.
Right. Okay, so I'll go ahead and answer that one because that technically was the second question because you didn't bring that part up. Now, if you're talking about border wise, and jurisdiction wise, that's something me and you and Senator Ross could talk about. How do we connect Montego County, which is basically Grayson County, Texas? How are we going to connect that county to the rest of the land that's going to be all together in one county? Or Federal County 9, which is actually two separate places. Federal County 9 is two separate places. They're the most northern places we have. And then you got Lavender, Floyd, Linden, Talbot, Ballou. What was the other one?
There's Harper, Talbot.
Well, that's Harper, but that one's actually further up north too. It's actually because Iroquois. And there was another one.
And don't forget about.
So there's Iroquois, Linden, Ballou, Talbot, Floyd, Lavender, whichever the other county was.
County 9 is the only one that has not been named yet.
No, I know that. Well, that's weird. Hold on a minute.
I actually have all the names memorized, so if you're missing a name, just ask.
Well, it's the one that has thinking weird. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. Well, that's if my computer will let me do my job anyway. It's been a little weird today. There we go. That reminds me, I need to buy this. I need to subscribe to this website to actually do it. This is the wrong map, but I'm going to use it anyway. Okay. All right, hold on. So, okay, so this is Lavender, Linden, Floyd. Because I could have sworn there was another name, and maybe I just forgot. I don't know. Hold on. Your maps. Come on. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, come on. Now while I'm on Skype. Please don't do that. And you're going to do it. Great.
Skype's messing up your computer, huh?
No, Scribble Maps is because it's acting up for some reason. There we go. I don't know why it's doing that. Is it this one? Yes. All right, here we go. What county? Oh, you are part of Federal County 9. Okay, I thought it was something else for a second. Okay, never mind. I was right. Okay, so yeah. Linden, Iroquois, Ballou, Talbot, technically Montego, and technically Federal County 9. Remember, I've actually gave them land where it actually clutters up together, remember? So there's parts that are actually neighboring. But we have no citizens. There's no citizens in some of the cluttered areas. Well, hold on. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Let me get rid of this real quick. And I'll just show y'all what I'm talking about. Senator Ross, you still awake?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just checking. I don't know if my... All right. It says on screen sharing, so let's see if it works. All right, y'all see the map?
No.
Not yet. There we go.
All right, so like here's our like central location basically. So, there's Montego County with these 3 counties, and then you follow this line. And then there's the most populated area of Montego County. So that was all Montego County. And then over here, this is Floyd County. So there's 2 parts here. So you got this part of Floyd County, this part of Floyd County. Now you follow the lines. This line goes down here. This is where we actually have population. No one actually lives up here, but we have population down here. And then, of course, if you go down here, which one is that? Okay, this one's just an addition. So no one lives down here. This is where the island that we're going to buy is at. So this is just an extra land. And then, of course, you got Lavender County, which is these 3. Part right here, part right here, part right here. And then if you follow the line, it goes all the way to Richmond, Virginia. Because we used to have a citizen there. Now we no longer. So that needs to be removed. And then in here, of course, most of our population, which is only 1 now, by the way. So our Lavender County's population is now 1. And she lives on this part of Lavender County. So, and the other, the other 3 locations in Lavender County are not populated. Then here's Harper, which is this one, this one. These 2 areas are not populated, but this one is, or was. We no longer have a citizen up there. So therefore, that has to be removed as well. So, and then of course, here's Federal County 9. There's no one living here at all. But in the 2 lines stretched out, you got a citizen up here, and then you got a citizen all the way over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, let's go to our most populated area, which is Iroquois County, which is actually a lie. It's actually the 2nd most populated county, because there are 3 now that I haven't updated this map yet, but there are 3 people now in Iroquois County, and the most populated county now is Talbot County, which is down here, because of the royal family. So, and then you got Belleau County over here, and then you got Linden County over here. So it's where I live. So this is our current map. So now, say we take all of this, shrink it back down to basically Iroquois County. Like, let's use Jefferson County, Kentucky as a reference. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not as a reference. Let me think real quick. So this is our current map. How do you think, Senator Ross, should we divide? Because if you haven't been paying attention, we're getting rid. My proposal is to temporarily get rid of 7 counties except for 2. And what I mean by temporarily, I mean sunset clause temporarily, as in the other counties are not going to come back until we have a bigger population. So if whatever the 2 counties that are chosen, because we're going to keep all the names are perfect. We're going to keep all the names. So, how do you think we should divide one area into 2 separate counties? Federal counties. What do you think?
I got no idea.
No idea at all? Nothing? Any preferences you would like attempt to try or attempt to bring up?
No, I don't have any.
All right. Senator Bree, what about you?
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat as Senator Ross, but then I'm also thinking maybe the more populated counties put together, maybe. Nah, yeah, it's a maybe. Honestly,
Okay.
I'm kind of a little confused about it.
All right. Well, tell me what you're confused about, and I'll try to explain it.
I mean, you've explained it. The only confusing part would be how to choose like 2 counties out of all the other counties.
That part's easy. That could literally be up to the unicameral or to the people. That part's easy.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do it border-wise? Like what of any of this land is going to be the 2 counties that we're going to have for the time being?
To be honest with you, I honestly have no clue.
All right, fine. Then we'll go with my idea. I'm thinking, because we have a citizen here, we have a citizen there, and these 2 lines have citizens there as well. And we have a citizen here, and majority of our citizens are all up in this general area.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So I'm thinking we could do north and south or east or west. What do you think looks more appropriate when dividing? Because I think the best way to do this is to actually divide Jefferson County, Kentucky in, I guess you could say, half. Actually, like cut it in half or something, and then give one half to one and the other half to the other.
That's honestly, I can see that being a possibility.
Well, what do you think sounds more appropriate, Senator Bree?
Honestly, we could definitely try your plan with cutting it up in half.
Well, by north or south or east or west?
Let's see.
I mean, either way, it's gonna go good. But what do you think it looks more appropriate?
Okay. I want your mouse to go follow where that blue line is. See where the blue line is over here?
Right here?
Right? Yeah. I want you to follow that line. Go all the way across the county you talked about. At least go halfway. And then follow to where it says Mount Washington. That could be like a border.
So start from this blue line and make a line go towards Mount Washington?
Yes. It's going to go straight across Jeffersontown.
Okay, so it's gonna go
like literally straight in the middle.
Okay, so it's gonna go more this way than anything.
Yeah.
Okay, because Jeffersontown's over here, so it's really gonna go down, go through downtown a little bit, go through the East End, and then hit Jeffersontown, and then down to Mount Washington. Okay. What do you think, Senator Ross?
I think it looks fine the way it is.
Well, you can like it the way it is all you want, but because of our population shift, we have to change it. That's why we're having this discussion. So, what do you think of Senator Bree's idea on cutting Jefferson County in half? By the looks of it, she's deciding east and west because that's what it looks like it's going to be. So, if we just divided east and west from this line here, cutting across through downtown Louisville to Jeffersontown and down towards Mount Washington, do you think it's a good idea or not? Or do you have another suggestion that we should try?
I'm just going to go with Bree's idea.
Very well. All right. So I'll have to make another map proposal then. I'm gonna have to delete the old map because so I can actually make room. So I'm gonna delete the old map and then make a new map out of that one and then make that a new proposal map for the next Unicron meeting. Okay. So Bree, as the person that makes the final decision, I actually am gonna go with your suggestion because I think that might actually be a good idea. So you gave me the general direction on where the line's going to go. I'll take care of where the line is actually going to be drawn. But I will take care of the rest of that part. So if it's going to be divided east and west, now we just got to decide. The county names are going to be easy. It's the borders we have to worry about. And not only that, since there's only going to be 2 federal counties now in this proposal, so if it's going to be divided in this manner, that means we got to calculate the populations on the east side and then the west side. So, which should be easy.
Yes, because with all the
Yeah.
lines connecting it actually kind of helps with the way my suggestion works.
Right. Okay. So now for the areas that are outside, because we have citizens outside this the main area. You know what? That's perfectly fine. Depending on where they are on the general line dividing this county up, right? Depending on where they are, where the line's going to be from the Clarksville line down to Mount Washington, depending on where they are on the side of where that specific line is, I'm going to put like these black lines. Like I'm gonna pick a side, like say the west side, for example. I'm gonna pick a line, and then I'm gonna stretch out a line going outward, and then have these, these same areas be connected to whatever side of that line they're gonna be on. So even though they're not physically part of their side of the county or their county of one of the two, can't speak worth of nothing. They'll still be part of that county. They'll still be a neighbor. They're just a far away neighbor. That's really it.
All right.
So I can do that. I can manage that.
I think that could honestly work.
Yeah. So basically do the same thing we've been doing when it comes to places outside of the general location. So there's nothing wrong with that. So, and like I said too, right? If for some reason my camera cannot be chosen. Nope, my camera is being refused to work. And it says it's working, but I don't want to work. Senator Bree, are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay, just checking. All right, well, my camera is now unavailable now, apparently. Well, I'm sad to not see any of the Begleys here, but it happens. And now my computer is acting up. Yep, my computer's acting up now. Great. Yeah. Oh, well, it happens. If they can't make it, they can't make it. It's fine. We don't always have to have a meeting for everything. I don't think we discussed this yet. Let's talk about executive order number 6. Because it is technically an executive order and needs to be revised. Of course, I might propose this to become law too anyway. Well, technically it already is law. All right, the Privy Council, which is composed of the Prime Minister and 5 senators, shall function under this executive order. All executive officers shall become senators of the Privy Council. All executive orders that create departments for this executive branch, except for the Census Bureau, are hereby dissolved and rescinded. Privy Council procedures shall be created separately from this executive order, but whatever is written on the procedural bylaws shall be abided. Procedural bylaws can be proposed, amended, and repealed by only the members of the Privy Council in accordance with the procedural bylaws. The Prime Minister shall preside over the Privy Council, but shall not have voting power, but has final say after the Privy Council has concluded with a decision of advice to the Prime Minister. All jobs in the executive branch will now be classified as separate roles. Each senator will be assigned multiple roles by the Prime Minister. This executive order will rescind after we have reached a population of 40 adult citizens. All right, Senator Ross, do you think we should keep Executive Order 6, add, subtract? Other than the procedural bylaws, that part I forgot, but I'll definitely get that done. But other than that, what do you think?
So it sounds good still.
Nothing to add, nothing to subtract, no other opinion on it?
Nope.
Anything good, anything bad?
Nope.
Okay. Senator Burry, what about you?
I'm in the same boat as Senator Ross.
So there's nothing wrong with the executive order, right?
No, not that I could see.
Okay. Not hearing any comments or objections to the executive order. Let's move on to a vote on that one then. Let's see if my camera's working. Nope. Okay. All in favor on keeping Executive Order 6 enacted, say aye.
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 All opposed? The ayes have it. Executive Order 6 will be put on the 3-day ballot for the people to decide if it should remain enacted or not. All right. That's all the executive orders of the day. Senator Bree, I don't know if your camera's on or not, but to me, your camera's off. So I don't know if that's a thing going on or not, because it actually says that the meeting's not even happening. It still says recording, but nothing's happening. Like there's not even a timer going on.
It's still happening. It's probably your computer.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my computer. I really don't. I hope it's not messed up.
I have my camera turned off because I can't stop yawning.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
It probably just needs to be updated. And I don't know why Windows wants to update every single day, but whatever.
Everything's working and everything's recording, so we're good.
Okay, that's good because my camera ain't working. My camera's refusing to work for me. Well, we got about 15 minutes left for the official ending of the meeting. So let's talk about the smelter. The body of the smelter is done. The only thing we need to do now is drill a hole in it so we can put the pipe in. Then we got to make the lid. The lid, I might have to start over on the lid. The making of the lid part to the smelter was not a success.
Start with or SpongeBob, I should have said.
Please ask for permission to speak, Ross. Would you like to speak?
No.
No?
It's already ended. It's already over with.
Well, if there was something you wanted to say, you could say it. You just gotta do it properly, please. Because I didn't hear anything you just said. It sounded mumbled to me. So, is there anything you would like to say?
I just said that I'm going to have to start referring you to SpongeBob with the lid.
I see where you got that from. Damn, I have no comeback. Anyway, so what else was there? Right. So I'm gonna have to start over on the lid, which is very annoying, but it's a lot easier than making the body. The Queen, this is funny. The Queen actually wrote Property of the Queen of Nyx on the smelter. So that's gonna be fun to see when it's actually done. Which is quite nice actually. And then once it's actually finally done, which I'm afraid it'll be next year by the time it's done officially. Which was something that I was afraid of because I promised to do this like 2 or 3 years ago and I've never done it. And now here I am doing it, and now it's like, even though the day I was doing it, I never got it done. And I was very disappointed that I didn't get it done. So I told the Queen that it's going to be my number one priority next year because it technically still is. And it should have not taken me this long to make that smelter because it really is easy to make. Takes a lot of time and patience though, but it's easy to make. It should be literally less than a day thing to make. But I never made it before, so it took me a whole day to make it. So if not this month, I will definitely make it next year. So next year I will definitely try to make it, and it should be done by then. And when it's done, I can finally smelt the metal. We have a currency, which reminds me, Senator Ross, speaking of our wonderful currency, you wanted to discuss about it a little more regarding putting numbers on the currency. Would you like to continue that conversation? I'd be happy to have it. I just want to hear it.
When you were talking about it, I was like, oh fuck, what the fuck? I saw that note and I'm like, where's the number?
Right, and then I explained to you.
How are you going to have paper money that don't have numbers? Because I'm not really sure how to explain it.
Right. I mean, I guess it's because you're used to seeing all the other currencies have numbers, but this one doesn't have a number. And you're like, why?
Yeah, imagine like going up to the store and they're like, all right, now it's 2 blue ones and a red. Or it's like 1,000 blue ones and a red or something.
Yeah.
But you get my point.
No, I gotcha. Yes, Senator Bree?
I think I know what the confusion is. I think Senator Ross was trying to say that how can one person determine the value of that currency? Like the current currency that we use, the American dollars, we can at least determine how much that's going to be valued just by looking at it. So I guess it's another way of saying, how can people tell how much their currency is going to be valued when they use it? I think that might be it.
Yes. More or less.
Well, you both have a point there, not gonna lie. I had this idea about not putting numbers on there because of the QR code addition. But even without the QR code addition to it, I did not put numbers on it regardless. And now I'm thinking that I should, but the issue with that I have is the market value on the metals are constantly changing every day. And it's because of that I can put a number on there, but the numbers are going to constantly change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, say if the copper certificate is currently £5, and then all of a sudden the next day, week, month, or year it goes down to £4, and now we have to switch that number from 5 to 4 because it actually went down in value. And that's the part I'm afraid of when it comes to making the currency. So that's why I decided not to put numbers on there and wrote it and write down what all big and bold saying what certificate it is, so people can know what metal it is backed by. So when they see the metal, it's like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna look up aluminum. Okay, I'm gonna look up copper. Okay, I'm gonna look up silver and gold, and now be the value, the equivalent value of that particular thing. So that's the issue I was having. But then again, I mean, I don't know, because I think I've already decided for myself every year the currency is going to look different. And if it doesn't look different, say I don't have like a brand new design for next year, I'm just going to add one little thing to the same design currency. So it'll look the same the next year, but it's going to be that one addition. Like there's going to be a long blue line going across it or something, you know, something random that's just going to be added until I figure out a whole new design. So that's basically how I'm going to do it when it comes to designing the currency every year. So, yes, Senator Ross.
So with you doing that, even with U.S. dollar changing, like back when they still were backed by gold, the U.S. dollar changed every day. It didn't matter what the currency was worth 10, 15 years ago. With inflation and a bunch of other things happening all around the world, it always changed. And even now, it still changes. Like I think the other day it was only worth like 79 cents to a euro over for Europe. So you can't really tell you can't tell what it'd be worth. All you have to do is just do an exchange rate. Like if they're going out, like say a person's going outside the country to let's say from Nix to Europe, or like somewhere in Europe, like France, just exchange what they're willing to pay overseas. Say like they want $500 now, for 500 equivalent in Nixie pounds to whatever, or 500 Nixie pounds to whatever the French currency is at the time, then they'll be given that exact amount. So let's say it's worth $1.50 more than the U.S. dollar. So they say they spend 500. They want to spend $500 with Europe. Times that by how do I actually do that? I think it's divide by 150 if I remember correctly. No, might be more. I think it's times 150 or 1.5.
Okay.
So let's say it's 750, whatever the French currency is. So that's 500 American dollars to $750 spending power over in Europe, France.
Yeah.
But that gives you a general idea of what actually happens with currency. It don't matter what the price of something is; it'll change every day, no matter what. It's just the purchase maybe more with inside Nix than it would be outside.
Okay. I mean that's a good point. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I didn't take account to the purchasing rate of the Nixie pound itself when it comes to numbers.
Yeah.
So okay, all right.
So, like,
I'm
if you're
convinced.
Or like, let's say you're wanting to buy a 2022 F, like the one I want. It's almost $80,000 in U.S. dollars. I think in Europe, let me look what the EU for the pound prices.
Gotcha.
It is, holy shit, that's actually the most. Change that over from $1 US to so $1 in US is 82 cents in pound sterling in the UK. So that's, let's say 80,000. I think it's divided that by the point. No, it is times that. I'm retarded.
Well, I don't know why everyone's is comparing our currency to the pound sterling when it's not the pound sterling.
I know that's what I went with at the time. Like, I can go with French.
That's okay. I got you. Yeah.
But here, I'll do what are the French thing is. I think it's the same. Franc. Where is it? There it is. US dollar to the euro, which is a literal euro. Yeah, that's within the last month. It's only 94 euros. So how the fuck do I do this again? Because I can't remember for the life of me. $94. So in pound sterling, that'd be like 85,000. It don't really change much, but it's just random purchasing power time. So the United States dollar is worth less everywhere else than it is in other places.
Okay. I gotcha. I see what you're talking about now. All right. Well, I'm convinced. Yeah, I'll put numbers on the currencies then. Actually, I could probably just go by the average number of the metal's value and then put those numbers on the currency. That would make more sense to do that. Let me count something real quick. 1, 2, 8. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Has my population been off? I actually don't know anymore. Where's the population by month? Where did that go? Hold on a minute. When did I talk about the elections? Okay. When did I bring this up, though? So 13. It says we have 13 people. Okay, so it says we have 13 people. Sorry, guys. Hold on a minute. I'm a little confused. I've already forgotten how much population we have. See if I can find this real quick. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Oh, yeah. It's that one. Okay. Am I forgetting anyone? I don't think so. Nope. Well, I forgot that boy's name, so I'm just going to put that one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so... Okay, get rid of her. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of her. Get rid of him. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. Get rid of him. And then there we go. All right, uncheck it. All these people. Okay. Who am I forgetting? Okay, so add her. Then add her. Okay, or him. Add her and him. Okay. Am I forgetting anybody? I don't think I am. Got the kid. Yep, we got the Canadian. I think that's everybody. All right, how many people is that? Really? Oh, so I was right. Okay, I'm satisfied. Okay, population 17, by the way. Yep, population is 17. Just confirmed that. I'm very happy. So that means there are 12 adults. Perfect. So that means your inactivity report, Senator Bree, is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I was afraid. For some reason, something was throwing me off. So it's like, why?
I think it might be the fact that you're counting through the maths and everything else on top of that.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go with this month's. I'm going to make the average number for all of our notes, whatever the average number is for the metals. So as of right now, and that's probably the number we're going to stick with. As of right now, the aluminum notes will be 1 pound. The copper notes will be 4 pounds. The silver notes will be 24 pounds. And the gold note will be 1,800 pounds. Those are the numbers that'll be on the specific notes I mentioned. So there we go. The numbers have been decided. There we go. Done and done. Gavel of approval. All right. So in that case, that's all I'm doing is adding numbers. I'll go ahead and do that tonight because why not? All right. Are there any else to talk about? Senator Bree, you have anything to say?
Honestly, none that comes to mind. I think we covered most of it for now.
All right, Senator Ross, what about you?
What?
Anything else to discuss today?
No.
Okay.
All
right.
Huh?
Sorry?
That's about it.
Okay. All righty. Well, I have taken your all's concerns, suggestions, and advices. There will be numbers on our currency, and I just decided the numbers that are going to be on the currency, so they'll have a number this time, Senator Ross.
Just please, like single-digit numbers, like 1 and 5, and then the only double-digit numbers there should be is like 10 and 50 and 20.
Well, if you think about it, I see that point, right? I see that point, but I'm gonna go a little bit creative because like not all the numbers everywhere are exactly the same. So I'm just going by like I've actually calculated the market value of all the metals that were backed by throughout the entire year 2022. So hold on a second. Let me get rid of this real quick. Yeah. So oops, wrong one. That's not the right one. That's the right one. So, and in this year 2022, the market has decided that our copper notes will be 4 pounds, aluminum notes will be 1 pound, silver notes will be 24 pounds, and gold notes will be 1,800 pounds. So, and here's the best part. They're even numbers. So even though they're not single and double, even though 2 of them are single digits, 1 of them is double digit, and then 1 is 4 digits. So I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty confident and optimistic, because I could be over optimistic, that people will be okay with those different digit numbers in different notes. And only that, the aluminum note is going to be the most convenient and common one out of all of them. Because that production is going to be so easy to do. The copper note will be the second easiest thing to do, but it's not always the case. Because people actually do rely on copper when it comes to electricity and such. So they're not just going to like go out there and sell for pounds. They could, but then they won't have electricity depending on how they get their electricity. And then, of course, you got the silver and gold notes that are very rare to get and very hard to get because we ain't got none. We have a way to get gold. We just got to implement it. So yeah. So, all that's been decided. Is there anything else?
No.
Alrighty. In that case, all in favor of adjourning this meeting, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you guys. We'll see you all Monday.